Welcome inside FitnessInformant.com, Fitness Informant's YouTube channel. I'm FI founder and CEO Ryan Buck. I want to thank you for stopping by to check out our 100% honest, no bullshit review of MuscleTech CellTech Next Gen. Yes, MuscleTech is still around, and yes, CellTech is still around. A lot of you old timers or your old school people in this industry know that CellTech was one of the first popular sports nutrition supplements available mass appeal wide. It was a great supplement back in the day. What a lot of people will say about this particular brand is that they got too big for their own good and they focused more on profits versus innovation. I will say this. In the recent months here in 2018, from reviewing some of the different products from MuscleTech, they are doing a better job backing into innovation, meaning that some of these smaller companies that are innovating really well out there are on the radar of MuscleTech. They know about them and they understand that the consumer, you all out there, are becoming more educated on sports nutrition thanks to websites like Fitness Informant. So MuscleTech is doing a nice effort trying to either create new products or reformulate existing ones that keeps product quality in mind. So today we're going to talk about CellTech Next Gen on 5 different categories. First, we're going to take a look at the ingredient deck. What is in this that makes it the next generation of CellTech? Second, we're going to talk about the effectiveness. Third, we're going to talk about the flavor. Fourth, we're going to show you a mixability video on here so you can see the actual mixability. And then finally, we're going to talk about the value of this product. So let's dive into the ingredient panel. First off, the panel is either 1 scoop or 2 scoops. That can be a little misconceiving because you got to understand it's 30 servings for 1 scoop, and some of these dosages are not going to be effective unless you use 2, which makes this then a 15 serving, which is going to affect the value. So let's hop into it first. Creatine monohydrate per 1 scoop is 5 grams. This is good. This is fine. Creatine monohydrate, probably the most well-studied ingredient on the market today, one of the most effective ingredients that works with a lot of people. 5 grams is a sufficient dosage for 1 scoop. 2 scoops is overkill. It gives you 10 grams. So just keep that in mind as we go through. Next, you're going to get betaine anhydrous at 1.5 grams. Now, betaine is typically dosed at 2.5 grams in a pre-workout. Post-workout like this, 1.5 grams is going to be well. It actually helps with muscle recovery and alleviating muscle soreness. As well as in the pre-workout, it really helps with endurance and strength output. Then we have the new ingredient called CinDura at 400 milligrams. Now, MuscleTech has an exclusive partnership to use CinDura, which according to studies have increased people's lean body mass and have increased their overall bench press, squat, and deadlift. These studies are available at our website, FitnessInformant.com. However, I could not find the susceptible dosage that CinDura used in these studies. Now, they're backed by the company who created CinDura. So until we get some unbiased third-party supplemental studies on this, you really have to take this stuff with a grain of salt, because obviously anytime a new company creates an ingredient, they're going to use their studies to sell that ingredient, right? So CinDura at 400 milligrams, 800 milligrams of 2 scoops. This is supposed to increase lean body mass, which is what CellTech really does in terms of body composition. There's promise with this ingredient. We just don't know enough about it yet today to say without a shadow of a doubt that this ingredient is going to be the next big thing. And then finally, in their muscle building matrix, we have PA at 150 milligrams for 1 scoop, 300 milligrams for 2 scoops. PA is a great ingredient. It really does help with lean body mass. Some people refer to it as basically a steroid, but it's not. It's not illegal. It's not as powerful as an anabolic steroid. However, even at 150 milligrams or 300 milligrams in the 2 scoops, the studies done on PA that shows it's super effective is at 750 milligrams. So even at 2 scoops, it comes in less than half the optimal dosage per studies of PA. Then we get into a 4-1-1 micro BCAA complex matrix, which means you're going to be getting obviously your leucine, your isoleucine, and valine. You get 2 grams of leucine, 500 milligrams of isoleucine, and valine. 4-1-1 is not a crazy ratio. The most well-studied is the 2-1-1 that a lot of us are familiar with. 4-1-1, the idea is put more emphasis on leucine, which is the mTOR activation of the 3. I don't mind a little bit of a leucine extra in it, but at 4 grams for 1 scoop is not a ton. You do get 6 grams for 2 scoops. So now you're starting to see here, at 2 scoops, you start to itch closer to where you probably should be in some of these dosages, but then you're overkill on some of the other ones. And then you also, after that, you get Ultimate Anabolic Support Blend, which includes 1 gram of taurine. That's fine. That's 1 scoop. Taurine helps with strength output and pre-workouts, can also help with muscle recovery post-workout. Alanine at 500 milligrams and 1 gram. Again, same situation here, can help at 500 milligrams, 1 gram. Give or take, it can be okay in the double scooper. Then you have ALA at 100 milligrams or 200 milligrams. ALA is a fat burner. It's used a lot in conjunction with CLA to help get rid of fatty acids in the system. 100 milligrams and 200 milligrams really is not a lot. So to me, it's a bit insufficient as far as dosages go. And then finally, you get an electrolyte blend, which includes sodium chloride, coconut water, watermelon juice, and dipotassium phosphate. I like the electrolyte matrix added to this. I actually took this intra-workout, so I would use this intra-workout with the creatine, the branched chain amino acids, the PA, etc. So overall profile, I think it's lacking because I think that to get sufficient dosages of some of these ingredients, you have to take 2 scoops, and even 2 scoops don't get you where you need to be, especially like on PA. But then 2 scoops also gives you too much of ingredients, like creatine monohydrate. There's no reason I need 10 grams of creatine monohydrate in my intro workout or post workout. 5 grams is sufficient. Studies show that. So there's some insufficiencies, or between the 1 and 2 scoops. Plus, if you're going to go to 2 scoop, it's going to affect the value. In terms of effectiveness, you're not going to feel your muscles grow significantly huge on this product. Does it help with muscle soreness or delayed onset muscle soreness? Yes. I don't get DOMs anymore, and it could be because I am I guess you could call a veteran to bodybuilding and weightlifting. So that lactic acid buildup really doesn't exist much for me anymore. But no DOMs. It did go down well. It did, in terms of electrolytes, it did, help hydrate me during the workout. That was all fine and dandy. So effectiveness, it's really going to be an extension of that profile. And again, the profile I said is lacking. You can see the whole breakdown at fitnessinformant.com when it comes to profile. In terms of flavor, this one is Extreme Gummy Worm. I didn't like it. I thought it had a really weird off aftertaste, like a chemical flavor. Now, if you think about 1 scoop, 28 grams, 2 scoops is going to be 56 grams. That is a lot of, that's a lot of scoop in a 16-ounce thing of water. It just had a weird off taste. It didn't taste sour gummy worms to me at all, especially didn't taste extreme sour gummy worms. The weird off taste and aftertaste was off-putting, so I don't recommend this flavor. It wasn't really my favorite. A company MuscleTech size, really, in my opinion, should be able to get their flavor houses in line. I don't think there's an excuse for a company that large to release a product that tastes like crap. And unfortunately, this does not taste good. In terms of mixability, you're going to see here, we're going to show you a video of the mixability. We're actually going to use 1 scoop in the actual direction in terms of water. So directions here say mix 1 serving with 6 ounces of water. We actually went up to 12 ounces of water, I believe, on this one, to show you how this mixes up. A couple vigorous shakes of the shaker cup, and then we pour it out into a clear glass for you guys to see. At the end of the day, there are some dark colored particles within this powder that float to the top of the glass. I'm not sure if you can really see it on the video or not, but there is a lot of residue that floats around in this. So there is pretty poor mixability on this. Again, it's a big serving size at 28 grams. If you're going to use 2 scoops, then at 56 grams is even more. And if you follow their directions right away and you go to 6 ounces of water, the mixability is going to lack even more. So we used double what they recommended, and it had poor mixability. 6 ounces of water with 1 scoop is not going to mix any better. In terms of value on this product, it is 30 servings according to the label for 40 bucks. Now, if you're going to go to the 2 scooper, like they recommend, because the stuff on the front of the container says 10 grams of creatine, 18 milligrams of CinDura, 6 grams of BCAAs, and 3 grams of betaine. That is telling you that 2 scoops is the way to go, making this a 15 serving container for 40 bucks. I just don't see it. I think that a plain creatine monohydrate powder and branched chain amino acid, which you can dose yourself, is going to be better. PA, you need more of it. There's just not a lot of evidence behind CinDura yet to say that this is the next big thing. So ultimately, I wouldn't spend 40 bucks on this. If you can find it on sale, great. Check below to see if we have a coupon code or a direct link to purchase it. If you want to check out this full written review, click the link below as well to read the in-depth review, which breaks down each ingredient with attached studies. Make sure you follow us on our social media channels. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter. Subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking on the red subscribe now button here below. Stay up to date with all new MuscleTech reviews, muscle building reviews, and supplement reviews and rankings in general. Our podcast, Be Informed, Live Fit, is right here on YouTube, iTunes, Spotify, Podbean, Stitcher, and more. Make sure you subscribe to that with great guests like Ronnie Coleman, Chris Gethin, Ashley Horner, and so many more. And for all in-depth supplement reviews and rankings from real tested results, check us out online. We're at fitnessinformant.com.